What's up, everybody? GeauxBurns welcoming you to Garage Tour 5.0 with my primary character Janine over on the Xbox One. By the way, before we begin our tour, Q&A 13.0 is coming next Friday. Your opportunity to ask me whatever question you want, whether it's regarding Grand Theft Auto, gaming, politics, personal questions, advice, etc. Feel free and leave them below in the comment section or via Twitter or over on the Facebook page. So that's happening next week, Q&A 13.0. And of course, going on this weekend as Janine gets herself a nice little drink is Forza 6 Racing Badly. We're doing that tomorrow. Going into multiplayer. Scary. Then, of course, on Sunday, another rant as always. And without further ado, let's get to it, shall we? Garage Tour 5.0. Now, I'm doing things a little different in the garage now. I've created kind of a tier system. So this garage here at Tinsel Towers is what I call Tier 3. My top 10 rides in the game. These are the 10 rides I'll never sell. So here they are. Of course, my Pegassi Body 801. I love this bike. It's my favorite bike in the game. It's fun, it's fast, it's perfect for races whenever I eventually go back to doing racing badly in Grand Theft Auto Online. And my other favorite Pegassi is the Zentorno, aka the Beast. These are the only two Pegassis currently in Garage Tier 1. I'll explain in a little bit, but these are the two I would definitely keep. And of course, my T20, my McLaren. I love this car. Discandy, that's what it says on the license plate because I named the car Candy because she looks like candy. And she drives like candy too. So this is my number 1 supercar. And the Zentorno is my number 2 supercar. And this is the very first ride I've ever owned in the game. My Dominator, aka Dommy. I've had this Dominator since, well, the game launched back in October 2013, nearly 2 years ago. So that's the Dominator. Moving on to the Stallion, the most iconic ride in Grand Theft Auto. The hardtop Stallion, as most of you know about. Fortunately, thanks to the free mod updates, you can now have the Stallion of your choosing over at Los Santos Customs, the hard or soft top Stallion. And the other muscle car that's in Tier 1 is my Dukes. Hell yeah, love the Dukes. And yeah, I got the generally orange look going on. Obviously, you can't have the flag on top because it's not very PC. And then the Batmobile, aka the Insurgent from the Heist update. This vehicle is so freaking OP, it's not even funny. You can bash it through anything, it'll take all sorts of damage, and she'll keep on ticking. And the rarest of the rare rides in the game, the Roosevelt. This is the legit version, by the way. You can tell by the trunk. It's actually there, along with the spare tires. This came with the Valentine's update back in 2014 in February, around Valentine's, incidentally. So yes, one of my favorite cars, the Roosevelt, and of course Franklin's Buffalo S, aka Americana, because it has kind of an American look to it. It's an American ride. It's got a little red, white, and blue action. You know, stars and stripes on the horn. It's got a red, white, and blue independent special tire smoke. My favorite sports car in the game, of course, is Massey, my Misakro. Yeah, I love this car. She is still my fave. She's my bae when it comes to sports cars. Let me know below in the comment section, what is my favorite ride that you would love to have in your garage? Is it the Stallion or one of my other rides like the T20 or the Roosevelt even? So that was Tier 1. That's my top 10 cars. Moving over to Tier 2 now. Up at Eclipse Towers, we're going to go into the Tier 2 category, which is my, I guess, the top 20 now. These are the cars that didn't make the top 10, but they're in the middle. They're cars I do not want to sell, but at the same time, I don't value them as much as the top 10 for whatever twisted rhyme or reason. And eventually we'll get to Tier 3 in a moment as we cruise on over in Massey. Yes, I do name my cars, okay? That's just the way I am. I'm weird like that. Check out this bad girl. I love her. She's so sexy. Alright, so here we are at Eclipse Towers. Going to be waltzing on in here. And I think this is a great way to, go through your list of rides. If you have 30 vehicles, you're having trouble selling a couple or making room, you just rank them. Your top 10, then top 20, and then the other 10. Okay, so here is the Gauntlet, aka the Crow Club Mobile. By the way, you can join the Crow Club, link below in the description section. I always like to use this whenever we're doing crew stuff, which has been a while since we've done any crew stuff. Anyway, so here are my rare muscle cars you can find every now and then parked at Los Santos Customs. This is the rarest of the rare when it comes to those muscle cars. The Blue Dominator, which you can sell if you want to for $20,000. It still spawns, but it's very, very rare. And of course, this gauntlet is so sweet looking. Not now, Martin. I'm busy. All right, so this is what I call Britannia because she has kind of like a Union Jack look to her. And to, you know, a little nod to my UK fans across the pond. So that's Britannia. And I love this supercharger right here. Another one of the rare muscle cars that spawns randomly at Los Santos Customs with the supercharger on it. I love this Sabre. So sweet looking. Oh, yeah. And then over there, the Saddler, my truck. There's different variations of the Saddler. As I'm stuck. Janine's stuck. Okay, now she's moving again. Okay, so, yeah, I did a video on a lot of this stuff. It's up, I think, a GTAO Rides playlist. If you want to find out more about the Saddler, or the rare muscle cars, or the Meriwether Mesa. We're going to go to talk about the Meriwether Mesa in a minute. But I'm a truck guy. I'm American from the South, so yes, there has to be at least one truck in one of my garages, right? Right. And of course, the Meriwether Mesa, which you can now purchase at Warstock, but you can still get for free. All you got to do is call Meriwether Mercs on a friend or have them call Meriwether Mercs on you near one of your garages. Kill the Mercs and jack the Meriwether Mesa and quickly throw it in your garage, and it's all yours. And of course, the Bifta. I love this little buggy. She is a lot of fun. The original version of the Bifta was free with the Beach Bum update when it came out November 2013, but now you got to pay for it. But still, she's a fun little ride. And of course, Amanda's Sentinel. I call it Mandy. And one thing I love about this ride is this. I don't know why I like that. It just looks so cool. And this is the last of the coupes. I used to have a whole bunch of Ubermax, aka Beamers, because I'm kind of a Beamer guy. I've had a couple Beamers in my time, along with trucks and a Mustang. But I keep it as the last of the coupes. And I have a couple sports cars. This is my latest purchase, this Coquette Topless. By the way, there is a really bad glitch, not a good one, at Los Santos Customs. If you ever purchase a topless vehicle, do not go into the roof section, because the roof will get glitched back on your ride. It happened with the first version of the Coquette I bought, and I had to sell it and rebuy another version. So just a little FYI, don't do it. Whatever you do, do not go into the roof section in Los Santos Customs if you value your topless rides. So here it is, my latest car, the Sultan RS. Thanks to, of course, shout out to Mighty Boosh. Mighty Boosh, that's how we're going to call you. That's how I'm pronouncing it, okay? I don't know how to pronounce your name, but that's how we're going to do it. So the other day, Mighty Boosh and I were gaming on Grand Theft Auto Online on Xbox One, and he really wanted to get me a Sultan for whatever rhyme or reason. Not now, Martin. Stop calling me. Damn it. So nosy. Always wants to know what I'm doing. Or else he's calling for Janine. Hey, you know, teach their own. Man. All right, so anyways, we drove around Bolingbroke, Mighty Boosh and I. He was desperately trying to get a Sultan to spawn. He finally gave up. He had to go to bed because he's over in the UK. And he just told me, look, just if you want one, just respawn over here, set it to last location at night, and there should be a Sultan. So I did it like 5 minutes later, and there's like a whole bunch of Sultans. And I took it into Los Santos Customs. I started fixing it up, and I really like this little sports car. It's very sexy. In fact, it's inspired me to eventually do a free ride series. Now, I've done a best ride series. I've done a worst ride series. But I think I'm going to do a free ride series going over some of the best, quote-unquote, free rides in Grand Theft Auto Online that you can just go find anywhere, and they would be great additions to your garage. So anyways, here is the third garage, the Richards Majestic, aka Tier 3. These are the vehicles that I may or may not sell one day. They're at the bottom of the list, and some of these may surprise you. You may get shocked. All right, so the first car is kind of funny. This Ballista I picked up a few days ago is what I'm calling Pumpkin as my unofficial Halloween car until we actually get Halloween DLC. Hopefully we'll get one in October. Please, Rockstar. I know that last year we got screwed, but maybe this year we won't be. So until then, this is my official Halloween car because it has this really cool looking orange color to it. So that's Pumpkin. And yes, another car I had to steal off the street. Well, Scooter, the Faggio by Pegassi, because I'm a Pegassi guy. Yeah, eventually I think I'm going to have a Pegassi garage if we ever get a fourth property. Yeah, so I had to have a Scooter for Janine, just to be funny. And here's the shocker. Why is the Osiris in this garage, Tier 3? Okay, so you know when you're in a relationship with somebody, and they're okay looking, there's no real issue you have, you just don't click, you just don't connect. That's how it was with the month of Ill-Gotten Gains Part 1, when it came to the Osiris. I drove it around, Never really felt it, but then when the T20 came around, I was like, oh god, this baby's so hot, so sexy. So that's why the Osiris is over here, along with my other Pegassi rides, like the very first supercar I ever owned in the game, the Vaca. And my intention is to keep the Pegassi rides, just have my own garage like I mentioned. But for now, if I had to, I would definitely sell one or all these rides. Of course, the Infernus, another one of my supercars. And it just goes with the Pegassi collection. So one day I may lump them all back together, these 4 or 5, along with my other 2 Pegassis in Tier 1. And the Pegassi Monroe Sports Classic, which was Janine's, 300 ranked present I got for her. So yeah, so all my Pegassis, and of course the Brawlers over here as well, because I just have so many freaking off-road rides. I have the Insurgent, I have the Bifta, I have the Meriwether Mesa. Hey, and I also have a couple bicycles as well. You got to have at least one bicycle in each of your garages. Just trust me on that. You really need to have a bicycle. It's good for exercising, burning calories. And here's another rare ride that I did a video a while back on, the rare rat loaders that you can find up in Paleto Bay. They spawn occasionally up at the garage. And there's 2 versions, this yellow one, also with the Crow Club logo on it, and of course a green version as well. Occasionally you see them. So, you know, I think I'll add these to the free rides series I eventually do, because they're really cool looking. And my final ride, the last of my hipster mobiles, the Warner. Now, I used to have the Dubsta 6x6, the Pagali, and I think 1 or 2 others, but eventually I sold them all to make room for other rides, and all that remains is the Warner. So, I like it. I've decided to keep it around. So there you have it, Garage Tour 5.0. Let me know below in the comment section which of my rides are your favorites, which of my rides you think I should get rid of. Any ride suggestions is always welcome. And of course, Q&A 13.0 is once again coming up next Friday. Your opportunity to ask me whatever question you want, whether it's Grand Theft Auto, gaming, personal advice, etc. Leave it below in the comment section or via Twitter or Facebook, and I will include it coming up a week from today in Q&A 13.0.